With the market ripping to all-time highs and a lot of smaller cap stocks following suit, the real money isn't in chasing these high value names. The real money is found by finding undervalued, lagging stocks. And in today's video, I'm going to give you guys 3 of these stocks that I believe are a little bit behind, but look to catch up. And I believe that if the market is to continue moving higher, that these will be top performing stocks for the rest of this year and beyond. So in today's video, we're going to hit on 3 names that I believe are going to be top performers for the rest of this year. Now, all these names are going to have good growing financials, or they have some great market buzz around them, and I'll talk about those once we get there. But let's go ahead and jump into the 3 stocks that I'm going to mention in today's video. And as always, make sure you guys do like and subscribe. And as we are approaching 1,000 subscribers, I will let you guys know that if you guys do click the first link in our bio down below and subscribe to our account, you will be entered to win a full lifetime access premium membership. Now that is worth over $1,000 in total. So make sure you guys do join up today to enter to win. Jumping into our first stock on today's list, we're going to have SYM, better known as Symbiotic. Now, this is a young and upcoming robotics company that I'm going to take a big bet on because I believe that this company has growing financials and they're looking towards the future. And I believe that robotics is going to be the future with anything related to the market or the world as a whole. So I believe that Symbiotic will be a top beneficiary of this. And even if they aren't, whatever that top beneficiary will be, I do believe that SYM will follow that. So I do believe that this is going to be a stock that will see a large increase in price over the next 3 to 5 years. And with a current price sitting at $50.86, I do think that we are in the first wave of our 5 wave Elliott wave theory move. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of our past performance here. We had a Elliott wave theory 5 wave move all the way up, followed by an ABC correction, which is very standard. And we actually got a double bottom right here, which I think is very bullish for this company. And now moving out of this falling wedge right here, you guys can see that we have absolutely exploded around 204% from our lows of around $17.36. And I do not believe that this is the end of this run. I do believe that a pullback is imminent, but I will talk you guys through that in my plan here. Now, I do not own any SYM right now, but I wish I did, and I am looking to add. Now, where am I going to add, you may ask? I am looking to add around $42.05. That is where I'm currently sitting right now. I want my average to be around $40. And I do believe that we will get that opportunity. Now, I do believe that we will come down for our wave 2 move right around here and then bounce up for our wave 3 move. But either way, I am looking to start dollar cost averaging anything under $45 because I do believe that this company will see north of $70 by the end of next year. And by the end of 2026, I do believe that we will be heading towards our top range target of around $103. Now, this is going to be a 5 wave move right here, and you guys can see we're in the first wave of this move. You guys can actually see that I'm going to adjust this right here. I do believe that we are going to change this chart just a little bit as the second wave move actually is still lined up right there. So that looks great. I do think that there is a possibility that we do come down and even retest right here. I would love to get an average around $30. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do think that dollar cost averaging under around $43 to $42 is going to be very beneficial for a stock like this. And I do believe that with a market cap of around $30 billion, this company can see $100 billion, maybe even 2 to 5 to $1 trillion by the end of 2030. Now, that is with great growth coming out of the robotics sector. Of course, we don't know what this sector is worth yet, so that is important noting. But I do believe that this will be a sector that will benefit over the next 5 years, and I do believe that Symbiotic will be one of the top leaders within this sector. So that is why I've chose Symbiotic in the first spot right here, and I am expecting a 151% increase to $103 by the end of 2027. So that was Symbiotic, better known as SYM. Let's go ahead and jump into the second stock on today's video. Jumping into the second stock on today's list, we're going to have OAKL. Now, OAKL is an up-and-coming nuclear energy stock, and much like Symbiotic with robotics, nuclear energy is another sector that is kind of undefined right now in a way where there isn't a true market cap right now as these companies are growing, and there is only a future to the upside right now for these nuclear energy stocks. Now, there is other names like this, like NNE and SMR, but I believe that OAKL is the best stock for this sector. Now, OAKL is looking absolutely amazing. You guys can see that we have this beautiful cup, and it looks like we're working on our second cup right here. I actually went ahead and bought into OAKL at around $52. You guys can see from there, we're up around 20% up to around $61, which is looking absolutely amazing. Once we are able to flip this $60 range to support, I do believe that we will head much higher, all the way up to around $88 for my wave 3 move, and for my wave 5 move, all the way up to around $102, which from our entry would roughly be around a 104% increase. So that is looking absolutely amazing. I do believe that Oklo is going to outperform the rest of the market for the rest of this year. Now, I did hear about this play originally from Dan Ives, one of the better investors out there in the markets. Now, Dan Ives had a thesis with Oklo saying much of what I'm saying right now, with an undefined market cap and a current market cap of around $9.01 billion. We don't know what this sector could run to. This could be a $100 billion company within the next few years, and that would still be about an 8x from where we are today. So there is still a lot left on the table with Oklo, and I do believe even with the $60 price range that it's at right now, I do think that we are headed towards $100 easily, and I could easily see this name being $400 to $500 by the end of 2030 if all of this nuclear energy stuff is to work out the way that it is portrayed. But this is going to be Oklo here coming in looking absolutely beautiful. This is one of my favorite stocks on the market right now, and I believe that this is still a great buy today. Now, that was Oklo. Let's go ahead and jump into our third and final stock on today's list. Taking a look at our third and final stock in today's video, which is going to be SERV, ticker symbol SERV. Now, SERV is looking absolutely amazing in this cup and handle right now, and I believe that this is going to be one of the best performing stocks in 2026 because I believe that this is another great robotics company that is going to see a great influx in price over the next year due to robotics as a whole growing as a sector. Now, with SERV coming in at a nice little $10.99 price range right now, I believe that this is a very, very cheap company that you guys can take a chance on with a great risk to reward to make some great profit. Now, the way that SERV is looking right now, we actually got our buys in our buy zone right here. You guys can see that we perfectly got our zone right here. We went ahead and bought right in our box, and it looks like we are popping out of this right now. If we're able to flip this little wedge right here to support, I do believe that is only up from there. And I do believe that that will take us up around 140% all the way up to prior highs at around $24.35. And that will be my wave 3 move. And then from there, we'll move down for our wave 4 move. And from there, move up 273% for our wave 5 move at around $37.88. Now, SERV is another company that is working on their financials right now, but I do believe that their CEO is working in the right direction. And with robotics as a whole, like I said, growing very quickly, I do believe that some things will start to click within companies like this, companies like SYM, and any robotics company in general, even things like Tesla. They're going to figure it out and they're going to figure out how to make it profitable. Right now, it's just kind of the investment stage. So, this is an area where you do want to get in right before the big boom. And I do believe that SYM and SERV are going to be the two big booms within this sector. Now, with SERV here, I do believe that this is about a 2-year price target to around that fifth wave move. But I do believe that $24 can come by the end of this year or the end of next year. Now, I say that as a very vague time frame, but with a company like this at a low valuation, a low price range, this company is currently sitting at $632 million in market cap. This company could easily see $24 by the end of next month. This thing can move very quickly once it gets running, and it has done that before. Now, I do believe that SERV is headed towards $24, but I do believe that we have a high of around $37.88. And I do believe that if this company is able to operate, a $100 billion market cap could be something that could be in the future. Now, obviously, that is quite a shout in the dark, but once again, a growing sector that is growing at the pace that it is growing. And with all these stocks being undervalued because no one knows what they're worth, I believe that this is a great risk to reward within the stock market. And I believe that this is one of the better stocks out there with one of the better setups that you guys can possibly find. Now, this is a very important note. I would make sure to look to get a buy now if you are interested. Of course, always do your own research, but I do believe that this is one of the better opportunities you'll get to buy this stock. It is one of the last chances you will get to buy this stock under $12 to $15. Now, that was SYM, Oklo, and SERV. Those were the three companies that I believe are undervalued in my mind. I believe that these companies will see a great influx in price over the next few years, and I believe that these companies will outperform the S&P over the next 5 years by 100+%. Now, let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of the 3 stocks that I chose in today's video. Make sure you guys do join our free Discord link in the bio down below, because once we do hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll be choosing one subscriber and Discord member to give premium membership access for life. Now, that was it from me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.